Imagine stepping into a world where the spotlight promises fame, fortune, and freedom, but behind the curtain lies a shadowy abyss of regret, trauma, and unbreakable chains. Welcome to the dark reality of Lana Rhoades, a name that once lit up screens across the globe, yet now echoes as a cautionary tale of how one young woman's dream turned into a nightmare and the harrowing journey to escape it all, leaving us to wonder if anyone can truly leave the adult industry behind without scars that never fade. Born Amara Maple on September 6, 1996, in the bustling streets of Chicago, Illinois, Lana's early life was far from the glamorous fairy tale she would later chase. Raised by a single mother in a quiet suburb, she grew up alongside an older sister battling schizophrenia, a condition that consumed the family's attention and left young Amara feeling invisible, adrift in a home where guidance was scarce and chaos reigned supreme. As a teenager, she fell into a turbulent relationship with her first boyfriend, one that introduced her to the numbing escape of narcotics, pulling her deeper into a spiral of rebellion that saw her acting as an accomplice in burglaries, her youthful impulsiveness clashing with the harsh consequences of the law. At just 16, she found herself sentenced to a year in youth detention at the Warrenville Youth Center, a stark, isolating place where she earned her GED through sheer determination. Emerging at 17 with a resolve to rebuild, but carrying the invisible weight of her past like a shadow that refused to lift. Fresh out of detention, Lana stepped into the workforce with hope flickering in her eyes, landing a job as a hostess at a tilted kilt restaurant, where the flirtatious uniforms and lively atmosphere hinted at a world of allure she had always admired from afar. Inspired by the glamorous lives of Playboy models like Anna Nicole Smith, whom she watched obsessively on television shows portraying the opulent Playboy mansion, Lana dreamed of a life beyond the ordinary, one filled with beauty, attention, and independence. It wasn't long before she transitioned to performing at a local strip club, where the thrill of the stage and the rush of tips ignited a spark within her, making her feel powerful and desired for the first time. Yet this was merely the gateway to a far more intense path. At the tender age of 19, in 2016, she made the fateful decision to enter the adult film industry. Drawn in by promises of quick money and stardom, her first agent a domineering figure who pushed her relentlessly, booking scenes back to back without regard for her well-being, even ignoring medical issues that arose from the grueling demands, leaving her exhausted and questioning if this was the empowerment she had envisioned. But oh, how the rise came swiftly, like a meteor streaking across the night sky, propelling Lana into the stratosphere of fame within months. Her debut scenes captivated audiences, her natural charisma and striking beauty earning her legions of fans, and by 2017, she was sweeping awards ceremonies, clinching the AVN Award for Hottest Newcomer, the XBIZ Award for Best New Starlet, and the Night Moves Award for Best New Starlet chosen by fans. Her performances in films like Anal Savages 3, garnering even more accolades, including the AVN Award for Best Anal Sex Scene. As she became a household name in the industry, her videos amassing millions of views and catapulting her to the top of search rankings on platforms like Pornhub, where by 2019 she was the most searched actress with over 345 million views, a testament to her magnetic appeal that seemed unstoppable. At her peak, Lana embodied the pinnacle of success in a world that glorified excess and sensuality. She graced magazine covers, collaborated with major studios like Brazzers, who later hired her as a marketing consultant in 2020, and ventured into OnlyFans, where she finally felt a semblance of control over her image, earning substantial income by posting content on her terms. Free from the scripts and directors that once dictated her every move, her accolades piled up, from being named a vixen Angel in November 2017 to winning Pornhub Awards for Most Popular Female Performer in 2019 and 2020, and even launching her own lingerie line with Yandy, tied to Playboy, fulfilling that childhood dream in a twisted way, as she co-hosted the podcast 3 Girls, 1 Kitchen, sharing laughs and insights with friends, her life a whirlwind of red carpets, fan adoration, and financial gains that allowed her to own properties in Los Angeles and Chicago, painting a picture of triumph that masked the brewing storm beneath. Yet, as the applause grew louder, so did the whispers of doubt in Lana's mind, the first cracks appearing in what seemed like an unbreakable facade. The industry that had elevated her began to reveal its insidious underbelly, a place rife with exploitation where performers were treated like commodities, pressured into scenes that pushed boundaries far beyond comfort, and Lana found herself in the midst of it all. Her initial agent controlling her schedule with an iron fist, denying her breaks, even when health issues flared, forcing her to perform through pain and exhaustion, a far cry from the empowerment she had sought. The fall came not with a crash, but a slow, agonizing unraveling as traumatic experiences piled up like dark clouds on the horizon. Lana has bravely shared in interviews how certain scenes left her scarred, recounting on her podcast moments where she was coerced into acts that felt degrading and violating, like one particularly harrowing shoot where a co-star gagged her until she vomited into a bowl, then urinated in it and demanded she drink from it, her voice trembling as she admitted she didn't know how to say no, frozen in fear and uncertainty, the disgust lingering long after the cameras stopped rolling, making her question her worth and sanity. These weren't isolated incidents. There were 3 to 5 scenes that haunted her, involving partners who were too old or acts too extreme, pushing her into a mental fog where denial became her shield, as she revealed in a tearful confession, "Some of my experiences are really humiliating for me, and I wish that they never happened." The weight of performing intimate acts with strangers eroding her mental health, leaving her feeling empty and ashamed, her heart heavy with the realization that the industry prioritized profit over people, paying her a mere $1,200 for grueling scenes while influencers raked in $15,000 for simple posts, highlighting the unfairness that gnawed at her soul. The controversies swirled like a vortex, pulling her deeper into despair. Even after leaving, echoes of her past followed, with allegations in 2022 that she abandoned an NFT project after its launch, transferring out millions in Ethereum and leaving investors in the lurch, a scandal that tarnished her transition and amplified the scrutiny on her every move. While the permanent presence of her videos online became a relentless torment, as she confessed in interviews, "A lot of the videos I have no rights under, otherwise I probably would have deleted them all by now." Her regret palpable as she watched old footage that made her want to vomit, ashamed of the person she saw on screen, the digital ghosts of her past refusing to disappear, haunting her family and future. The breaking point arrived after just 8 months in the industry, by late 2017, when the cumulative trauma became unbearable, prompting Lana to walk away, a decision born from a desperate need to reclaim her dignity. Though the exit was anything but easy, the adult world clings like quicksand, with contracts, stigma, and online immortality making escape feel impossible. Yet Lana mustered the courage to pivot, using her earnings to build a new life as a social media influencer and podcaster. Focusing on content creation where she controlled the narrative, her OnlyFans evolving into a platform of empowerment rather than exploitation. In reflections shared on podcasts like The Skinny Confidential, she declared, "I'm ashamed that I did porn," urging others to learn from her mistakes, warning that the industry destroys mental health and relationships, advocating for it to be made illegal because having sexual relations with people that you hardly know is not good for your mental health or your heart. Her voice a beacon for those trapped in similar cycles, emphasizing that leaving requires immense strength, support networks, and a willingness to rebuild from scratch, perhaps seeking therapy to heal the wounds, as she did, emerging as a mother in 2022, announcing the birth of her son on her podcast, a joyous milestone that symbolized renewal amid the ruins. Today, Lana's legacy is a mosaic of triumph and tragedy, a story that teaches us the perilous cost of chasing illusions in an industry built on deception, reminding viewers that true freedom comes not from the spotlight's glare but from the quiet courage to step into the unknown, to forgive oneself, and to inspire change. Her journey from a lost teenager to a resilient woman stands as a powerful testament, urging anyone contemplating that path to pause and consider the hidden truths. For in the end, the dark reality of the adult industry isn't just about what happens on camera, but the lifelong echoes that follow, and Lana's escape, though imperfect, proves that redemption is possible, one step at a time, leaving us with a profound question. In a world that consumes and discards, how many more stories like hers must unfold before we demand better? As we close this chapter, remember Lana not for the roles she played, but for the woman she became, a survivor who turned pain into purpose, her voice echoing through the digital age as a warning and a whisper of hope for those still searching for a way out.